The time is now. This is the time to change the world. Remember, COVID 19 proved to us that having too much people in a small amount of land, soil, places like Manhattan, places like Beijing, when you get millions of people in one same place, this demonstrated to the world that having too many people in one single place can cause many diseases. Mexico City, no, Manhattan, all the big cities had were more contagious when it came to the COVID 19. This is the time to change. Since the 70s and 80s, high tech working engineers were fed up of the technology life in Tokyo, in Japan, and they started moving into the country. They started growing farms and they had a balance between being an urban person and being a farmer. Now, this is the year 2021. We survived the COVID 19, and Elon Musk is actually creating the Starlink network. So you will be able to have internet anywhere in the world, in the rural areas. You will be able to connect to the internet. Having internet, farmers don't have the need to go into the cities. Big cities are the problems. When the COVID 19 epidemic happened, people had to be stuck in their houses without having to go, without being able to go anywhere. So, my best recommendation is that we should stop avoiding big cities. We should start living on the countryside. This is the solution. Let's all live close to one another, but not too close. Let's all move into the country. Us city people that we were born and raised in the cities with asphalt streets, toilets with running clean water, we should move into the country and produce our own food, our own production. This way we don't need to go into the big cities. Of course, there's always going to be need for industries like pharmaceutical industries. Of course, there are going to be industries to provide the internet and the satellite providers. But yes, the more we live separated from each other, the less contagious we are as human beings. So, with in 2021, with this huge network of Starlink internet provider from satellites, we're going to be able to live in the farms, produce our own food, produce our own organic, homemade pesticides to get rid of the pests without having to pollute in a massive way. So we are going to be self-sufficient, having internet that comes from the sky. You know what else comes from the sky? The sun. The sun is going to provide for solar panels to charge up the batteries for you to connect to the internet that will be provided by the Starlink. So in this case, yes, we should get away from the big cities, move into the country where we're going to have now brand new internet from the satellites. We're going to be producing our own food. There's gazillions of YouTube tutorials to plant, to grow your own crops, to plant, to do piping, to do cooking, to do technology, to become an engineer. So there's no need for people to move into the big cities. That's a thing of the past. Big cities is old fashioned, is a very old and boring trend. We need to move into the country, separated from one another, have internet access, learn and learn and learn, and most important, follow the footprints of our politicians. Let our politicians know that we are watching them. We are watching you. So, in 2021, we have our bases covered. We're going to be able to have internet coming from satellites. We're going to be able to live in the country to produce our own goods and food. And we're going to have an app called Panmetric where we're going to be able to tell the politicians, listen, we are watching, we are supervising your work. And if you do something wrong, you will be punished.